Hi, teacher.
Did you cook a lot of barbecue?
Yes, I.
Okay, I'm good to hear that your barbecue was delicious and your and the people who ate your barbecue surely enjoyed your food. Okay, so first I will share my screen to you. Okay. Here, can you see my screen? Okay, I'll share again my screen. Let's see if you can see it this time. Here. Can you see my screen? What do you see in your screen? Can you read here? Can you read? Let's go here. Can you read the title?
Yes, before the war famous and after.
Okay, good job. Very good. Okay, so before we continue with our lesson, let's do a recap. What can you remember from our past lesson? What did we learn? From last week, what did you learn?
Yes,
Yeah. Last time that we meet, what did you learn? Okay, so last time we talked about there is and there are.
some.
Excuse me. And then we also talk about how to use some and any. Do you remember that? How to use some and any. And you have homework. Did you do your homework?
Yes. Homework. My living room.
Oh, yes.
Uh, there is TV in the cupboard. There is a table and there is a remote control
Okay.
and there are some pillow on the table and there are some book on the cupboard. Uh, they set a table and chair. There are two windows.
Okay. Okay, very good. So all your sentence is correct. Good job. I will not do any corrections about your homework because your homework is all correct. So correct using of is and are, and also you use some because your sentences are positive. Very good. Okay, so now let's continue. Last time we talked about in, on, and under. This time, what we will talk about, what we will learn is in, at,
Hats
and
on.
on. Yes. Okay, so before we continue, before I go to the next slide, remember in, we used in for country,
country.
city, and months. So right here. And on, so sorry, this is in. So in country, city, months, and
February, yesterday.
while on, I will use that for days. Friday and streets. 7th Street.
Font.
That is for specific time and specific location.
This country. United States.
Yes.
That's um, location.
Location.
In
On
England. That's for some examples how to use in, on,
in
and at.
okay. On
Okay.
okay.
Okay. Now let's go to our next one. So here. First, I will insert music, an audio. You will listen to an audio. After listening to this audio, you have to read this script and copy the rhythm. When I say rhythm, copy the way the words are being said. Okay, so let's start.
4.15.
Where were you at 7 o'clock last night?
Where were you?
At home.
O'clock last night.
You weren't at
I
home.
was. That's all. One.
What
So,
was you?
Oh, yes, I remember now.
this was a
I was in a bar. Were you alone?
No, I wasn't. I was with a friend.
Okay, so now that we're
Okay.
done listening, we will read again the dialogue. So let's start. Okay,
Uh,
I will read A, then you will read. You will read A, I will read B. Okay?
okay.
Okay, so you start. You
Where
are
were
the,
you? Where were you at 7 o'clock last night?
I was at home.
You weren't at home. So why say you was out?
Oh, yes, I remember now. I was in a bar.
Were you alone?
No, I wasn't. I was with a friend.
Friend.
Okay, very good. Um, can you read this again? This part. Your wife says you were out.
You, so why say you were out?
Okay, okay, very good. Sounds a lot better. Then. So let's continue. So this is another script here. So this is also for your read. So you have to sound like you are a real Englishman. So copy the intonations of the words. Now let's start. Let's listen to the audio.
10B. Pronunciation. 1.
Where were you last night?
Where were you last night?
Were you at home?
Were you at home?
I was alone.
I was alone.
I wasn't with my friends.
I was with my friends.
Are your children at school?
Was
6.
your children at home?
My wife was at work.
My wife was at work.
Okay, very good. Now remember, whenever you see words with underline, is here, you have to make a rising voice. Like, were your children at home? If you noticed, were your
Were
children at school?
was our children at home?
Okay, so that's correct. So when you see underline, it means you will raise your voice like this one. Another word here with
Yeah.
underline. Alone.
Alone.
Okay, very good. Now let's go to next slide. Look at the two sentences. Identify the missing word. So this for number one. What's your answer for this one?
Salvatore Casio has a restaurant in Sicily.
Okay, so the answer is in Sicily. And next is
Number two, in 1988, he was a Jew and were at school.
at school. Okay, very good. So here, your answers are correct. In, because this is city. And at, it's, yes, it's a location. Okay, good job. So Now let's go to next slide. This is to
On,
practice.
on.
Yes, to in, at, and on. Look at the words here. Look at the set of words. Identify what preposition we should use. For number one, is it in, at, or on?
Number one là at home, at work,
Okay.
at school, at university.
Okay, very good. Number two,
Number two, in bed, in the chicken, in my
Kitchen.
car,
This is kitchen.
in the kitchen. Number three, on
Oh, okay, on.
a bus,
First,
on a train, on a plane.
okay, very good. Okay, so like I said, at is for location, like at home, at work. In, you can also for in for places where we are.
Is
Yes, so it can be inside, like inside the street, inside a cafe, inside a museum.
place where cho mình on bus, place. Yes, okay.
Okay, very good. So here we have another audio. So let's listen to this audio and then repeat the sentences.
4.13. Where were you yesterday at 7 p.m.? 1.
I was at home.
I was home.
I was at work.
I was at work.
I was at school.
I was at school.
I was at university.
I was at university.
I was in bed.
I was in bed.
I was in the kitchen.
I was in the kitchen.
I was in my car.
I was in my car.
I was in London.
I was in London.
I was park.
I was in park.
I was in the street.
I was in the street.
Cafe.
I was in cafe.
I was in a shopping centre.
I was in the shopping center.
3.
I was on a bus.
I was on a bus.
I was on a train.
I wasn't on train.
On a plane.
I wasn't on a plane.
Okay. Okay, so okay, very good. So you got your pronunciation correct. Okay, so remember on for transportation. But yes, transportation. But here we have car, right?
In my car.
Yes, but for car, this is a form of transportation, but for car, we should use in.
It is
Yes, but for bus, train, plane, you will use on.
on planes.
Okay, here. Okay, so let's practice your prepositions. So the question here is, where was Jason yesterday?
Uh,
Okay, so we have audio here. Listen very carefully to the audio and take note. We have time here. Take for each specified time. For each time, listen to the audio and write down the activities that Jason was doing yesterday.
yesterday.
Yes, yesterday. So yesterday, past tense. So use was. He was in
For
bed.
in going back.
Yes, we will use was. Okay, so here, let's play the music. Let's play the audio, and you can take note. Let's start.
4.14. 1. At 6 o'clock in the morning. 2. At 8 o'clock in the morning. 3. At 11 o'clock in the morning.
Welcome aboard Flight 374 to Barcelona. Our flight time will be approximately 2 hours.
Then
4.
for
At 3 o'clock in the afternoon.
2.
5. At 5 o'clock in the afternoon. 6. At 7 o'clock in the evening.
yes.
7. At 10 o'clock at night.
That's
Okay.
okay.
Okay, so you've taken down notes. Now let's see what's your answer for each time that's written in here. So first, number 1 at 6 in the
He
morning
was
was in bed. How
he
about
was in
number
bed.
2?
Number 2, he was on taxi.
A taxi. And taxi is what?
He was on taxi.
And taxi. Okay.
Taxi.
Okay, so it's not specified. So he can be in a car.
Car.
Said
Taxi.
must.
He was
Number 3. What's your answer?
empty. He was on the plane.
Okay, he was on a plane.
He was on the plane.
Can you say plane? It's an A sound, okay? Plane.
Plane.
Next. Where was he at? At 3 o'clock?
Number 4. He was on the train.
Okay, used a instead of the, okay? On a. Number 5. Where
Number
was
5.
Jesus at 5 o'clock yesterday?
He was on the street.
Okay, very good. But for street, let's go back here.
In the streets.
Yes, in the street.
He was in the streets.
Okay, good job. Okay, where was it?
He was in the streets.
Number 7, where was he at? I mean, number 6. Where was
7. He was have dinner at the restaurant.
he was in a restaurant. We will use. Let's go back again.
In a restaurant.
Yes, he was in a restaurant. Because it's an enclosed place, something that he can be inside the restaurant.
In a restaurant.
Yes. He was in a restaurant. Okay, number 10. Where was he at?
Number 10.
Yes.
He was in bed.
Okay, good job. He was in bed again. Okay, very good. So here, all your answers are correct. Before we go to the next slide, do you have any questions?
No question.
Okay, good. So let's go here. Here. Where were these people yesterday? Right? Sentences with in, on.
Yes, on the list.
Okay, so look at the photo. Observe what they are doing, what places they were in, and tell me what they're doing. Use past tense, so use was or where.
Where?
Was or where. So number 1, train. She was
She was on the train.
Number 2.
They were on the fish.
Is this a street?
In the streets. They were in the streets. In the streets. In the park.
Yes, park. Okay, number 3.
Number 3. She was at work. He was at work.
Was. Careful with your S sounds, like was. Sometimes it becomes wa. You are losing your S sounds. Just be careful with your S. Number 4. What
Number
were
4. They were in bed.
Okay, good job. They were
In bed.
Number 5.
Papaya. She was in the park. in the park.
Okay, number 2 is park. This is park. So number 5, what do you think is this? A place where you can walk.
Works in the works.
In the street. This is a street. Yes.
Yes.
Number 7.
Seven. They, they were in they were at home. She was at home.
Okay, very good. She was.
Was
Because she's just alone. She was
at home.
yeah, Mr. Now. Here, since you got this exercise all correct, I think we should go to the next slide. So this is free talk. This is like a free talk. Speaking. This is to practice your speaking skills. So in pairs, ask and answer the questions. The question is, where were you yesterday? Here, I'll just cover the rest. We will talk about number 1.
Where were you yesterday at 7 and 10 in the morning?
Okay.
Uh,
I will answer this one.
7. I was start on the work. At work. At the work. I was start at the work.
Okay, so this is what you said. 7, I was in at work.
That's work.
Let's pull up. So look at the sentence and make another one. How can you correct your sentence?
Uh,
Okay, so you can say at
at work. At 7
o'clock.
o'clock. I
At
start this morning.
I was at
I was at work.
yes, here. This is your answer. This is very short. Look at the second sentence. At 7 o'clock in the morning, I was at work. So you are answering the questions in complete sentence. Telling me that 7 o'clock in the morning and where you at? So I was at work.
I was at work.
Yes.
At
Okay.
7 o'clock in the morning.
Okay, next.
Uh,
To the 10 o'clock in the morning.
10 in the morning. I was in the work. I was in the work.
Okay, so look at here's your answer. I were in the work. Can you look at your sentence? Can you improve that sentence?
At 10 o'clock in the morning.
Yes. Good.
And I was at work.
Would you like to change to this one?
I was in the work.
Was at work. Okay.
At
Was.
work.
It's like
Was.
should be sound like was. I was.
I was at work.
Okay. So your work time is very early as 7. You are starting your day. Okay. Here. Okay, let's answer number 3.
Number 3. Uh, Number 3 or 10. I was 10 last night. I was at home watch TV. I was at home watch TV.
Look, your answer is correct, but for watch?
And at 10 o'clock last night.
Yes, this is correct, but for watch, let's just add ing. Because this is a present continuous. It's something that you always do. It's something that you always do on a daily basis. Yes. So if you are saying something that you always do, like watching TV, you use watch. Like you always cook, so you say, yesterday I was cooking.
Was cooking. Yes.
Here, how about where were you at 11:30 last night?
It's 11:30 last night. I was in the bed. I was in bed. I was in bed.
Remember, was is for one person.
Yes.
Or more persons.
Yes. Two more person.
Was at home.
That's all.
We. You have your we.
We.
Time.
We.
This is yes.
We were.
Yes, we were.
At home.
Okay, very good. This is was. I was at home. We were at home. Okay, I think you understand now how to use was and were. Do you have questions for me before I go to the next slide? Or no questions?
No question.
Okay, very good. Okay, so look. Oh, okay. So we don't have free talk.
Free time.
No free talk. We're done with our first. Because we still have few minutes left. Why don't we answer number 4?
Number 4. Where were you last Friday night, Saturday night? Friday night, I was at home watching TV and go miss friend.
Last Friday night, I was at home watching TV with friends.
Watching TV and miss friend.
Okay. Two friends.
Good friend.
How many friends? 1, 2, or 3 friends?
Two friends.
Okay, two friends. So we put or plural. I was at
Friends.
home watching TV with friends.
Friends.
How about Saturday night? Where were you last Saturday night?
Where were you Saturday night? I was go to the bar.
I was
uh, in the bar.
Are you alone?
Alone. I was in the bar alone.
Oh, is this a bar in your workplace? Is this a bar at your workplace or not?
Mm,
So in the bar, you're not working at Saturday night. No work for Saturday night.
Saturday night.
Saturday night, no work.
No work.
Okay. So you're just um, having fun.
Having fun.
Okay. So every Saturday night you go out and you have fun. Means you drink. Do you drink?
Was one person.
So it means you drink. Like you drink beer. Do you drink beer?
Yeah.
So you drink beer every Saturday night.
Uh, Saturday night.
So Saturday night you have fun and then you drink beer or vodka, tequila, whatever alcohol you like drinking.
Uh,
Since you're single, no wife. Because you just go to the bar alone, no girlfriend, no wife.
no why.
Do you have a girlfriend?
Just friend.
Girlfriend?
Yes. Secret.
What?
Uh,
Secret. Did you say secret?
no friend.
None. Okay. I also have a student. She's female. No boyfriend. From Vietnam
Boyfriend.
also. Okay. So maybe one day we can have a group chat, and you can two meet each other.
Yes.
Her name is Miss Nia. Anyway, very good conversation. I really enjoyed our free talk. And here now it's time to do our mistakes and summary. Okay. And what are you typing? Oh, yes. Yes, they don't have. Now I know. Anyway, like I said, thank you so much for sharing with me and for talking to me tonight. Now our time is almost we are running out of time. It's almost time, like it's almost 9 in the evening. So I will do a wrap up of our lesson. So what we learned tonight, Mr. Nam, is we learned how to use preposition in, on, and at.
S.
Yes. How to use in, on, and at.
S.
And also how to use was and where. Again, was for one person, where for
Where?
two or more persons. Here, I think I wrote that here. Let me see.
Was one person. Was two more person.
I was and we were. Okay, very good.
We were.
What's your pronunciation? Here are the words that you mispronounced. Here are these. Okay.
Listen.
Good. How do you say that word? That's children.
Just children.
Was.
Was. Was.
Okay, very good.
Children. Kitchen.
Was.
Was.
And okay, I think those are the only words that I took note that you mispronounced. Okay, here. This word.
University.
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 Okay, very good. One.
Restaurants.
Okay, good job. Okay, now let's go to your for your grammar. Copy this one. These are some of the words that you said with incorrect grammar.
Grammar.
And yes, beside that are sentences with corrections. So take
Yes.
note. These are corrections.
That's grammar.
For your vocabulary,
Vocabularies.
the meaning of in, on, and at. And how to
In, on, has.
Okay. I think that would be all for tonight. Oh, yes, homework. I forgot. I should give you a homework.
Yes, homework.
I almost forgot to give you homework. Let me see.
That means
So, okay.
okay.
First, make a sentences.
Homeworks. Let's do war. Yes, okay. Good war and war.
Okay. Now we're done for tonight. So I have to say goodbye. Thank you so much, Mr. Nam, for your time. I hope
Bye.
yes, I hope Friday is not a busy day
No
and you
busy.
can learn.
Yeah.
Okay. No more barbecue on Friday.
Yeah.
Okay, that's good to hear. So I have to go now. Thank you so much for your time. Good night and goodbye. Take care. Bye,
Yeah.
Mr. Nam.
Bye, teacher. See you on Friday.
See you on Friday. Bye.